Hey guys, it's me, H. Lewis of H. Lewis Presents. Today I'm going to show you how to make a beautiful Mexican night. First, fresh guacamole, and then fresh flour tortillas. Here goes. Today I'm going to show you how I make my fresh guacamole. You're going to love this. I'm going to use my pestle and mortar. I got about 4 or 5 of these. It's the first kitchen appliance, right? Let me show you how easy this goes. First, you want to put a little bit of olive oil. Then some onion. I use red onion, but use what you have. A little bit of that. Some cilantro. Now, if you don't like cilantro, you don't like guacamole. Just a little bit. And what you want to do is mash that all up together. If you don't have a pestle or mortar, you can use a bowl and the back of a spoon. Now that you give that a little start, get your fresh Hass avocados. So put that in. Now, of course, you can use whatever avocados you like, but the Hass avocados are so tasty. I think they have more flavor. I'm using 2 pretty large Hass avocados. Normally, I use 3 smaller ones. The pestle and mortar takes out the essential oils of the avocados. This equipment dates back to 35,000 BC. The Aztecs and the Mayas used to use the molcajete. That's their stone tools for the pestle and mortar. Now switch back to your spoon and keep cutting your ingredients. Here I'm adding extra virgin olive oil, just a drizzle. I use red onion, use what you like. And of course, lots of cilantro. Cut and mix that in. Now this beautiful creamy texture cannot be duplicated in a food processor. Here I add some chopped tomato. Mix that well. I also add about a teaspoon of kosher salt. Then I squeeze in about a half a lime of juice. Use more or less what you like. Traditionally, jalapeno and serrano peppers are used, but I don't have those on hand. I do have chili peppers. I diced it up and put it in. Mix well. The chili pepper has a nice heat to them. You don't need much. You don't want the heat to overpower your fresh guacamole. Now I'm going to make a quick tomato salsa to complement my guacamole. I have these cherry tomatoes on hand, so I'll slice those up, dice them, and add some salt. Mix that up to get the juices flowing. Then I'll add some red onion, just a bit, a squeeze of lime, and some of that chili pepper. Mix well. Extra virgin olive oil goes in, and then some fresh cilantro. Mix well. Now, to plate this up, I put the guacamole center stage. Then, I put my tomato salsa to the side. Of course, I'm going to add my fresh flour tortillas. Did you see that recipe? I'm just going to tear those into pieces. You can also use store-bought tortillas, cut them up, put some oil on them, salt and pepper, put them in the oven for about 10 minutes. If not, you can fry them on your stovetop. I'm also going to add these long plantain chips. We love those. Now this is a vegetarian meal, but you could also add some grilled chorizo to this dish for a wonderful night. I also add orange slices in case we need to cool our palates after the spicy guacamole. And there you have it, fresh guacamole for dinner. Goodbye. Today I'm going to show you how to make homemade tortillas. And guess who showed me? Jenny Jones. Remember the Jenny Jones show? Well, she also cooks. Check her out on social media, but here's the recipes, just 5 ingredients. All you need is 1 1/3 cups of all-purpose flour, a 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, 3 tablespoons of oil. I use canola oil. Take a spoon and mix that well. Just to get your all-purpose flour, your salt and baking powder incorporated. Then you take your 1/2 cup of hot water and you put it in your mix. But you want to put it in there slowly. I do it in about 3 or 4 different parts. You want to keep mixing with your spoon, and then you're going to switch over to use your hands, your clean hands. You're going to feel the dough coming together, and then what I do is I just put it out on my clean surface. Then I knead it lightly, gently, for about 10-15 minutes. This is probably the longest process you're going to have to do. The rest is pretty quick. Then when the dough comes together, you're going to cut it in eighths. Don't forget, this mixture makes 8 tortillas, 8 large ones. So I cut it in fourths, and I cut each fourth in half. There you have eighths. Then the same bowl you use, it might have some flour in it, that's okay. You want to take each quarter and roll them up like a ball. Now people pinch, I do that as well. I pinch, and then I roll it like a meatball. Now you want to make sure you get these balls nice and tight. Just keep rolling, keep rolling. Some people roll these on the counter. I'm not good with that method. I just take them and I roll them like I would my meatballs. Last one. Now, you should let this rest 15-20 minutes. Sometimes I don't, and it does become more work when you roll them out because they spring back, but 15-20 minutes, let it rest. Just put a towel on top and set it to the side. Now, take each ball and roll it out from the middle. You want to go in a shape that resembles a circle, but again, these are homemade. They're not going to be perfect circles. And you know what? They look better that way. Keep turning and rolling from the middle, and you'll get the shape that you'll want. Roll them thin enough to see the surface through the dough. Place your tortilla in a hot, dry pan. Do these one at a time. Flatten it down with a spatula, and when you see the edges browning up and crisping, you can turn it over. A minute or so and they're done. You want to put these on a plate and cover with a napkin to keep them warm. Put another one in there and repeat the process. Now you see all those bubbles? I love that. That's exactly what you want to see. Roll these out, and again, you only have 8 of these to do. Make sure to keep these really thin, and they come off your surface really easily. Get them in the hot pan. Make sure the pan is dry. No oil, no nothing. Flatten that with that spatula. Give it a flip. Use your spatula again. These take about a minute and a half per side. And then put your last tortilla away and get ready to taste. Look at this. Beautiful homemade flour tortillas. Let me try the smallest one. They're so good. They're great for breakfast. Put some eggs, some bacon, maybe some chorizo. They're great just like this for tacos, for fajitas. I'm gonna make them into chips so we can have it with guacamole. And that'll be a great way to have these as well. These make 8, but make 16, freeze these, bring them out. These are perfect.